Hello, what's up, y'all? Hey, this is your boy, the Real. Hey, what's going on, guys? Well, I pray and hope that this video reaches y'all in the best of health, in the best of mind, and of course, in the best of spirit, which is the most important part of it all. You understand? Like I always say, once you have a clear spirit, then everything else about your life will follow. Try as much as you can and as hard as you can to have a clear, pure, and stable spirit. You understand? Once the spirit is okay, everything else will be okay. You understand? But once the spirit is fucked up, no matter what you have in life, everything will be fucked up for you. So it is all about a clear spirit. Man, it has been it's been some time since I sat down like this and share anything with you guys, although there has been a lot of things happening, you understand, which I view to be interesting, you understand, and which I can really sit and talk about, you understand, and share my thoughts of it with you guys. But I was kind of too busy, you understand, in the past days. I was like very freaking busy. You understand? I have a project that I'm working, a little project. When I say project, don't think that I'm like talking about millions. You understand? I'm talking about a little project. You understand? You see, pertaining to my stable life. You understand? A settled and stable life. So I have been very busy working on this little project. You understand? In the past few weeks. So for this reason, really, I never had time to sit down and share anything with you guys. But today, when I was downtown, I was chatting with this friend about migration. We are immigrants. I'm a migrant, you understand. Even if I do hold a European document, I'm African and I came here as a migrant, you understand. Asking for asylum, and then I was accepted. My asylum was accepted, you understand. So in my language, we say no matter how long the crocodile stay in the water, no matter how long a wood stick stay in the water, it never becomes a crocodile. You understand? So no matter how long I stay in Europe or how much of integrated person I might be, I'm still a migrant. You understand? So I was downtown today speaking with this friend about immigration and all the difficulties that comes, you understand, with migrating from your country of origin, either from Africa, Asia, or Latin America, you understand, or from the Persian countries, and or from Middle East, you understand, and come to Europe to try to make it, try to have a stable life, to try to have a normal life is something that is something that can be very difficult for majority of migrants, you understand, because most of the migrants who leave their countries to come to Europe, most of them gets rejected by systems. Most of them sadly don't, get accepted, you understand, by the systems. They always reject them. So I was chatting with this friend of mine about the difficulties that comes with, or the difficulties that are migrants encounters in Europe. You understand? And I said to myself, tonight I have to kind of make a video and share my experience with migration hopefuls, people who hopes to come to Europe. By the way, let me kind of make one thing clear. I am by no means trying to encourage anybody to migrate to Europe. You understand? I'm only sharing my experience or my thoughts with you guys on this subject. You understand? Or this phenomenon called migration. You understand? I just want to share with you guys my thoughts, my experience, and perhaps be able to kind of either directly or indirectly advise someone on how things happens down here in Europe. You understand? So that you can prepare yourself. Like we said, the more you know or the more informed you are, the more you are likely to be prepared. And the more prepared you are, the more you are likely to be successful. You understand? So migration refers to people who leaves their home countries of origin to migrate to a different country. You understand? To migrate to a different country. People can also migrate within their own countries. You understand? From their region to a different region in their own countries. You understand? But in this case here, I'm talking about people who migrate from their continent to a different continent. You understand? like I said earlier, either from Asia to Europe, or from Africa to Europe, from the Middle East to Europe, or the Persian and countries to Europe. You understand? When you come to Europe here, you see. So most of us, while back in our countries, we were kind of ignorant to all the realities, to all the things that are, we have to go through as migrants or as a people who migrated to Europe. You understand? We are ignorant to all to 99% of the realities of Europe and the migration generally. You understand? What most of us believe is that once you arrive Europe, once you land on the soil of Europe, that means you are successful. You understand? Nothing can prevent your success. Some even believe that once you come to Europe, you find like money on the ground. You understand? You collect money on the ground. There are people who think like this. While some believe that once you come to Europe, everything becomes easy for you. You understand? You are given houses, you are given money, or at least you are given a work permit. You understand? No, we don't even think of work permit. In 99% of cases, the migrants don't even think of anything like work permit, or you have to, submit a migration application and expect either a positive result or a negative result. You understand? Work permit, etc., etc. We don't think of all these things back home. You understand? We think that once you come to Europe, you just start working like we are in our own countries. You understand? Once you come to Europe, you just start working. You are admired by the people. You are welcomed by the people. You understand? You are given everything. That's exactly how most people think. And for this reason, most people take the dangerous routes, you understand, to Europe, most of whom ends up dying in the sea. Many of the people who die in the sea or in the desert trying to make it to Europe, many of these people, if they knew the reality of Europe, they would never have risked their lives trying to come to Europe. You understand? So, well, this is one of the reasons also that I'm making this video. I want to share the reality of Europe with people. You understand? So, when you come to Europe as a newcomer, you should understand that you don't just come to Europe and immediately start working. You understand? There is a long S of procedure that you will have to go through. You understand? Even to have just a work permit. You understand? Even to just have a work permit, you will need interviews. You will need go here, come here, go here, and a lot of like I was saying, a long S of procedure. You understand that you have to go through to even have a work permit, and then when you have a work permit, to also think of stay permit. You understand? A long time or a long-term stay permit. You understand? This is also a procedure on its own. But sometimes also you get the work permit and the stay and the permit of stay in that particular country all together. You understand? It depends on your case and what you have to tell them or your story. You understand? So these are things that we don't know about Europe. You understand? When you come here, you will have to go through a procedure step by step. You understand? To try to have a permit of stay in Europe. And 99% of stress that are migrants, 99% of stress that migrants really experiences in Europe, even some lose their minds because of this thing, is a document. You understand? To have a permit of stay in Europe. You understand? To have the document or the permit of stay of the country in which you are. You understand? To have the permit of stay of that country is what gives 99% of stress to 99% of stress that a migrant goes through here in Europe is about the permit of stay. You understand? Even if you have the permit of work and you don't have the permit of stay, it's like you're working. Even if you have money, you cannot visit your family. You cannot invest the money in your country. You cannot build. You can't do nothing. You understand? In your country, because you cannot travel there. You see? Because you don't have the right documents to go back to your country and get back. You understand? And you are not ready in most cases to just to go there. Risk to go and to find your way back might not be easy. You understand? So these are all things that people don't know about Europe. You understand? These are things that people don't know about Europe. You see, so another thing is what I also wanted to share this thing with people. You understand, especially like I was saying, people who want to come to Europe, or people who are already in Europe, who are new in Europe, or people who have also stayed long time in Europe, but who are still struggling to have a document, a permit of stay of the country in which they are. You understand? I want to the newcomers to understand that saying you don't just come to Europe and just start working. You just left your country, or you left. You get rescued from Libya. You understand, by the Italian Coast Guard. As you know, 99% of the refugees that enters Europe comes through, Libya and then Italy. You understand? Italy is like the entrance door to other European countries for like 99% of migrants that comes to Europe. You see, so like I was saying, you don't just come to Europe and start working immediately. You understand? There's a long ass procedure that you will have to go through. You understand? Sometimes, in some cases, or in some countries, you don't even get the right to a work permit to just work. There's work everywhere, but they don't allow you to work because that's what their laws says, that you don't supposed to work in the country because you don't have a permit of stay of the country. While in some European countries they give you a work permit, whether you have a permit of stay or not, they give you a work permit allowing you to work and stay sane. You understand? Because a grown-up man just sitting like that, there's work everywhere, but you're not allowed to work. It can cause you to think of a lot of shit. But most of the European countries don't care what you think. You understand? They don't care what you go through or what you think. You understand? There is their law or their rules and regulations. They have to, make you go through them. Whether you go crazy or insane or even die, they don't care. You understand? Why there are some European countries such as Italy or Spain or Portugal. You understand? These are countries that gives you a work permit after a period of time, after spending like I think some 6 months. In Italy's case, I think after 6 months they give you a work permit with which you can work. You understand? So when you leave your country to come to Europe, the European country you decide to live in, you will have to have a reason why you have to live in that country. You will have to have a reason why you left your country. You understand? And whether that reason that make you leave your country of origin, whether that reason can allow you the chance to have a permit of stay in that particular European country in which you desire to live. You understand? This is how the system goes. And this exactly is where the refugee blah blah blah, or the asylum pops, the name asylum or the concept of asylum jumps in. You understand? So since for you to live in that particular European country in which you desire to live, you must have a reason or a motive to be able to live in that country, or to have a permit to live in that country. You will have to go through a procedure called asylum procedure. You understand? Asylum refers to who? To someone who needs some kind of assistance, someone who needs a protection, or someone who needs a protection or assistance of a form. You understand? So that particular European country in which you are, you will have to do different interviews. You understand? For instance, they will call you in for a first interview. In that first interview, they will ask you questions about your. They will ask you questions like your name, your country of origin, your father's name, your mother's name. You understand? And why you left your country. You understand? This is for the first interview. You understand? This is the first interview they calls you for. You see? So out of the answers you give to the questions they give you, the few questions they give you that in that first interview, they will develop a bigger questions. You understand? For your next interview. The next interview is the interview that will decide whether you will have a permit of stay of that particular country, or whether you will be rejected God forbid, or whether you will be rejected. You understand? And once you get rejected, they tell you to leave the country or go back to where you come from. You understand? Your country of origin. You see? So these are things that most people do not know about. You see, most people do not know about that. When you come to Europe, you go through this procedure called asylum. You understand? You have to have a reason why you left your country. You understand? And that reason sometimes might not accord you a permit of stay of the particular European country of your desire where you wish to live. You understand? And once your application is rejected, your asylum application is rejected, it says stress upon stress. Stress upon stress. You understand? Because in that case, you will not be able to work. In many cases, you will not be able to work. You understand? You will be limited in everything. Sometimes, in some cases, even the financial assistance they do to you while your case is still running, once they reject your case multiple times, they reduce either the money they usually, the monthly money they give you for food. They usually sometimes can reduce it or even cut it fully and just give you some kind of note or a paper to go and collect food from the supermarket. You understand? They will not give you money again because your case is rejected. They want you to leave their country or they will deport you. These are things many people don't know about until they come to Europe and find themselves trapped in it. You see. And now, I want to also share with you guys the European countries in which you can somehow as you know, the asylum thing I was talking about, in many European countries, if you submit your asylum application, or let me say your application for international protection, if you submit it, in many cases, just based upon your country of origin, you get rejected. They will reject you no matter what your problem is in your country. Just because you come from that particular country, they will reject you. You understand? They will reject you because your government is like a puppet for that particular European country in which you are. If the government of your country of origin is a puppet for that particular country, they can never accept your asylum. You understand? So in most European countries, their asylum, the decisions they take on your submitted asylum application or international protection application, most of the decisions they take are influenced by their relations with the government of your country. If they have a good relation with the government of your country, you will likely, in 99% of cases, be rejected, no matter what your problem in your country is. You understand? And if they have a bad relation with the government of your country, you will most likely be accorded asylum. You understand? Because in most cases, the systems want to every reason possible to say this government is bad, because the government is not doing what they want. You understand? So this is how it goes. But the only European country, or the only 2 European countries or 3 European countries where no matter what your country is, if your story or the thing you tell them, your story, if your story is enough or is valid enough or strong enough to accord you asylum, these 3 European countries will give you, no matter what your country of origin, especially one of them. You understand? These 3 European countries are Spain, Italy, and Portugal. Especially Italy. You understand? Italy is a country where humanity really exists. You understand? In some way, the accommodation systems are somewhat rigged, but when it comes to the asylum procedure, Italy is like the fairest, the best, the fairest country, not only in Europe but in the whole world, I can say. You understand? Because when you go to Italy, no matter what your country of origin is, if your story is strong enough to accord you asylum, they will give you a document. They will give you asylum. They will give you international protection. You understand? No matter what country you come from, regardless of your nationality, if your story is strong enough to accord you asylum, they give you. You understand? And Italy has the simplest systems when it comes to the acceptance or dealing with asylum applications of foreigners. Italy has the fairest, the simplest, and the best in the whole of Europe. You understand? So if you are a newcomer, you should understand that in most European countries, especially countries such as Germany, Switzerland, or these Scandinavian countries, you understand, Austria, Denmark, Finland, these are countries where you go to, my brother, they drive you through hell. You understand? When you come newly, they make everything look smooth or appear to be smooth for you. You understand? To make you forget yourself. But in the end, you will see that they just wasted your time, and you will be they will fuck up your head with stress if you don't watch out. I'm telling you, they will waste your time. You understand? And in 99.9% of cases, they will reject your asylum. You understand? They will reject your asylum. No matter how strong your case is, they don't care. They will reject you. You understand? Because they look only at your country, not your personal problem. That's the difference between them and Italy. Italy looks at your problem. What problem? What caused you to leave your country? What is the matter? Even if your country is paradise, heaven, you understand? Even if your country is heaven, I mean paradise, you understand? Everything is good about your country. Italian authorities or migration authorities or migration agents would like to know what caused you personally to leave your country. What's your problem there? You explain it to them. And if it is a strong case, they give you asylum. You understand? You see? And they are right on that. You can be from a heaven or a paradise, but you can have a problem in that paradise and you have to flee. You understand? So while in other European countries that I have recited, mentioned, like Germany, Austria, Finland, Denmark, all these Scandinavian countries, Switzerland, Austria, forget. Holland, Netherlands, forget. These are countries that don't, they only waste your time. And they will fuck you up with stress. And in 99% of cases, you might get deported from these countries. You understand? In Italy, humanity exists. Fairness exists. Their asylum systems are not influenced by their foreign policies, by their interests in the country of origin of the refugee. You understand? These are also things that many people don't know about. You understand? Many people come to Italy, they say, oh no, there is no work in Italy. They run to Germany, Holland, because their friends in these countries are not honest with them. They will be living in desperate conditions in refugee camps in Germany or in Holland or in some other European country. They will tell you, oh, you in Italy, you are not having a work. You understand? We are in heaven here in Germany. But then when you come, you go and see them in their desperate asylum homes and containers and the shit. You understand? You ask yourself, what the fuck? I thought maybe you are living in some kind of heaven here in Germany or in Holland or in... So this is how we live. You understand? But still you will feel like, man, Germany is kind of better than Italy. Let me stay here. I get 330 euro monthly income without working. Not knowing that 300 euro, you can't spend it even in a week. Everything's expensive. Not because of Russian war. Before the war, things were expensive also. You understand? So many gets fooled by their friends. Like when we come to Europe now also, many in Africa or back in our home mother Asia or Africa, many are kind of are fooled by us. You understand? Our behaviors in pictures, taking pictures near, like you see this watch. You understand? You don't know how I got this. Maybe I got this from a Caritas. You don't know how I got this. You understand? Maybe someone gave it to me. So you shouldn't be impressed by the thing you see. You see us. We're here in Europe. You understand? Sometimes you see someone, he lives in a refugee camp. You understand? You see someone, sometimes he goes through hell of stress on a daily basis because of document or lack of work. No document, no work. You understand? But people don't tell you all this. Most people won't tell you this. You understand? They somehow want to just you to see them as I don't know, as someone who is more successful than you, who is back in Africa, or someone who has achieved things just being in Europe more than you who is in Africa. So they hide from you the reality. You understand? And you will keep looking up to them thinking that they are in heaven. Well, not. You understand? So these are some of the things that I felt like, make this video tonight and, share with you guys with the hope that it might help someone in one way or another. You understand? So that's what's up, guys. Well, like I always tell you guys, remember, always support my channel. There are some of my videos that have like 20,000 views, 15,000 views, 7,000 views, 2,000 views, and hundreds of views. But then my subscription number is still not going up. You understand? I'm very appreciative though of the people who have subscribed to my YouTube channel. You understand? Although I'm not very active on it. You understand? But still, to all my visitors, remember, always subscribe to my YouTube channel. It doesn't cost anything, and every time you subscribe, you're supporting your boy Omson the Real, encouraging me in the things that I do. So that's what's up, guys. Until next time, see y'all again. Remember, always live your best life. Live your life in the best way. Do not give anybody the chance to come and somber. You understand? Your joy, your life, your happiness. You understand? You should be the pilot of your life. So that's what's up, guys. Peace up. Omson the Real.